So good afternoon, people. Welcome back to another video. This afternoon, I've got Arsenal fan on my channel, Del Boy Gunner TV, and here's the intro. Yes, people, welcome to back another video. I've got Delboy Gunner with me, and good afternoon, my guy.
What's the crack? What's the bleeding story? How you doing, man? You all right, John?
Absolutely fine, absolutely fine. How's things with you?
Well, I'm good personally myself, but that crowd there,
Yeah,
they're all over the shop. You know what I mean? Jesus Christ.
Oh, man.
I don't know how I have a full head of hair, just put it that way. You know what I mean? I probably have a hairline like the manager, a bit of drip here and there, you know?
Yeah, man. I tell you something, man. It is what it is, and you know what it is. I mean, this is going to be fun this afternoon. It's going to be a lot of controversials, a lot of fun, and it's going to be fantastic. This thing is going to be fantastic. So, guys, if you like the video, please hit the like button. Also, subscribe if you're new. If you haven't not done so, just you know what to do. It helps the community. It helps my channel. It helps the people around this as well. And also, if you'd like to become a member, click on the join button, 99p. That's all it is. And also, if you like to the donate sort of thing, and you can donate us anything you like, and it will go towards charity. I'm going to start talking to people like the Robson Foundation. I'm going to talk about NHS. So whatever I get is going to go to them. So please, 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 it goes to good causes. So yeah, first one, so Luke McGinley, thanks for coming, remember, mate, and I really appreciate that. Thank you very much indeed. So we're going to talk about topics of Arsenal, the season so far. We're going to talk about Aubameyang, Arteta. We're going to talk about what's going on, and yeah, we're going to start with the situation with Aubameyang. Now he's gone to Barcelona on a free signing, and you know what it is, him and Arteta didn't get along. So it began basically, he's got back late, 50 minutes late from visiting his not well mum. And basically, Arteta was very happy about it. Basically, he just stripped on the captaincy and said, you're not going to play again. And then all hell broke loose.
Yeah, and like, you know, he won the FA Cup for Arsenal that season. He basically cemented Arteta's job for a year or two to come. You know what I mean? Like any Arsenal fan, let's say, not deluded Arsenal fans, but any real Arsenal fans will tell you that he's like a dictator. You know, if he doesn't like what he sees or what you say to him, you're out of the club. It's not just Aubameyang who's out. Guendouzi, an under 21 French international, breaking into the French team. He's down in Marseille. He's absolutely running amok down there. You know, Saliba was the same. He hasn't given Saliba. He was actually linked with you guys, I think. Very good player. All the French, anyone that watches the French league will tell you he is such a good player. Arteta hasn't even given him a chance. You know, so there's more. I can go on, like, you know. But with Aubameyang, you know, why would you do this to a top player? You know what I mean? I think any club in Europe would want Aubameyang in their team. I know he hasn't been playing well lately. Well, it's because maybe him and Arteta didn't see eye to eye. When the players, you know, their head's not in it, they're not going to play 100% and give 100%, you know, for the manager. So it's 100% the manager's fault. And being honest with you, I'm really annoyed, and I'm not going to start cursing or anything on your channel because I'm a guest here and I'm going to be polite, you know.
No, you go for it, man.
All right, he's a fucking idiot.
Oh, man.
You know, John, I'm just even interested from you guys. What do you see looking in? Like, what do you think is happening?
Well, the thing is, right, in my opinion, I think Arteta, in my opinion, has got it wrong. I mean, I think he should have been sacked. Let's be real. Would have been my manager if I was an Arsenal fan. I mean, he likes to control young players like Saka, Edison Rowe, and all these players, sort of thing, young players. But when it comes to senior players, in my opinion, he doesn't know how to handle them. Look at the way he's handled Aubameyang. I think that's poor, absolutely poor. Saliba, Guendouzi. And listen, at the end of the day, he likes to control the managers. He doesn't like to be challenged. He doesn't like to be challenged for whatsoever, sort of thing, yeah? And I think the way he treated Aubameyang, winning the FA Cup, I mean, the one goal rule is, in my opinion, right, number one, do let you play your best players. Do not cast them off, yeah? Just, you play best players, deal with it, yeah? But I think Arteta's got it wrong. I mean, he's been lucky. In my opinion, I think he's been very lucky to be at Arsenal, yeah? But I just don't think he's experienced enough, in my opinion. He's trying to be the big I am. Some of the players are not very happy about him, in my opinion. Aubameyang, now he's left. I see other players like Saliba and Guendouzi is going to come out and talk behind his back, sort of thing. But something ain't right at the club. And you've only scored, one goal since January, yeah? That's shocking. And that's your best game. And I think as well, I think it's Edu as well. It's not taking no notice of the club. He goes on jet skiing, whatever sort of thing. Apparently during the transfer window, yeah, it has to be around the club, and I think that's disgraceful, from my opinion. So I don't really take on this still. So in my opinion, over the club.
Like what you've touched on a few good points there. Like Edu, for me, and on my channel, I've done a stream just on him alone. Like at a club, I don't care what club it is, if it's Kidderminster to Man United to Real Madrid, you have to have your football director or whatever you want to call them on the ball. They have to have the contacts there to make signings, or wheeler dealer. You have to have that at a club. I don't care what anyone says, okay? Edu, for me, was at the international Brazilian team, and you have to deal with the players that you're given because it's international football. You can't just go sign anyone. So therefore, he has, like, your man Kia Jarabkrib, or whatever you call him. Remember, he used to be Tevez's agent and Mascherano.
Kia.
So he only knows him, and that's who any of his clients we're always linked to. Coutinho, for example. Coutinho was never coming to us. He goes to Villa, and it's a great signing for Villa. He's a Stevie Gerrard, happy days, But Edu wouldn't organise a piss up in a brewery. Do you know what I mean? He can't do. He's not a wheeler dealer. You need a Harry Redknapp. You know what I mean? Sort of stuff like that. We don't have that at Arsenal. And this January transfer window proved what me and thousands of Arsenal supporters are saying. You know what I mean? In the summertime, he had plenty of time to get the deals done, and let's say pick out Arteta and him and another guy, Vinay, who is an accountant on football heroin. You know what I mean? He just got landed with the job. The three of them are just clowns. If you ask me, they're absolute clowns. They don't know what they're doing. And this January transfer window proved that. Now, I don't, like the Kroenkes who own the club, I don't know if they've basically said to them three, you're not signing anyone this transfer window. I want to clear out. I want to get wages off. I want players gone. This wage bill is too high. If that's the case, they need to communicate with the Arsenal fans, because football fans, football itself cannot work without football fans. Doesn't matter what club you're at. It cannot work. And when we seen that through the lockdown, when there's no one at the stadiums, football, I'd rather watch paint dry. You know what I mean? It just wasn't exciting for me. So, like, I don't know. Like, I've been I've said this once or twice, and I'm not sort of saying that this is happening, but it sort of reminds me of a few years ago with you guys, with the likes of Mike Ashley. He sold a few players. That's what's after happening here. Is the Kroenkes lining up Arsenal to sell the club? There was a lot of smoke around when you guys got taken over. That PSG's owners were looking at Arsenal, maybe thinking, yeah, we could take a slice in the Premiership. You know, there's another guy in Nigeria. He's the richest man in Africa, and he's been looking at Arsenal as well. So I'm not sure. Could it be happening? You know, I think it's more wishful thinking on my part, because it's just from the owners down to Vinay, who is the CEO or whatever director of the football club, Edu, who's the football director, and Mikel Arteta. And I've been supporting Arsenal since 1989, and this is the worst state I've ever seen the club in. It's just from the top. I should not be on this channel now talking to you about the football director. I should be talking to you about the football on the pitch, the players on the pitch, who were short, where we're top heavy. Well, I'm talking to you politics here about football. It just should not be happening at any club, to any fan base. But this is it. This is the way we are. And unfortunately for me, it's the club that I love, and it's Arsenal.
Yeah, excuse me. I can understand your pain. I really understand your pain, because that football club, I mean, they have not been Champions League for a good couple of years now, sort of thing. The stadium you've got, and it seems to me that the board are just absolutely useless as well, which is a shame, because also should be pushing on for bigger, better things. You should be pushing on for the Champions League, and you should be there every single season. Under Wenger, you was there, but listen, it is what it is, man. But it's the thing. I mean, you haven't got much money. You've done 150 million. Go back to Aubameyang, right? You bought him for 60 million quid, right? 30 odd million in wages, right? And plus agents fees on top. You must have done 120 million on this guy, and he walks on the free.
And not only him, John. Ozil was the exact same. Same. They bought him for about 50 odd million back in like 2013, and he was on his last few years. He was on serious money, and he walked away for free. And it's not only them. I could go on and start naming more and more players. Like Arsenal will buy big and sell for nothing really. You know, it's just the way it's been run, and it's a disgrace. And it's a disgrace to all the Arsenal fans that are going to the stadium, paying money, you know, buying the merchandise. And like, you know, I think the fans now need to sort of turn around and just go, do you know what, fuck this. I'm not. I may have a season ticket hold, but I'm not going to sit my arse in the seat and start buying your burger and your chips and your drinks and, like, you know, stuff like this. No, because at the end of the day, that's how Arsenal got rid of Arsene Wenger, when there was no arses on the seats. You know what I mean? There was a big gap in the stadium. You could people could see it on the telly. You could see that there was no one at the stadium or anything like that. You know what I mean? What happened then? What did the Kroenkes do? Fuck off, Arsene. Thank you. Merci, Arsene. Merci. Merci, fucking arse. Out of here.
I mean, it's crazy, man. Absolutely ridiculous, man. The way they treat Wenger sort of thing, like, you know, he knew the time was right. Ian Daft. I got Ryan as well. What's the bleeding crack of Irish League Gunner? They call you Irish League Gunner here, you know.
Yeah. I'll take that as a compliment.
Yeah. Can't wait for the show. And I know you said that. And look about League Gunner. What's the crack with the bleeding story? I've got through this comments as well because I'm overrun. After everyone in the chat, hope everyone's okay. And do you think Arteta used most of his budget in the summer? 150 done. So couldn't really get one in January. Do you think he's done that, or?
Yeah, I sort of do. He probably was. Like, in fairness to the Kroenkes, they backed him big time. We were the most spending club in Europe in the summer. I think it was about 200 odd million, like, you know. But look at the players he bought. Ben White, 50 million. I'd take Dan Bourne rather than him. You know what I mean? Yeah. Sambi Lakonga. Did you ever hear of him? I didn't, you know, before we got him. Now he's okay. Tavares, you know, he's only young. Not great. Tomiyasu, I like him. He's a good player. And Aaron Ramsdale, I was going mad when we were linked with him. He sank 3 clubs, but fair dues to him. He's playing well for us. So yeah, I think he probably did. The Kroenkes probably just says, "Look, you can fuck off now. There's your money. Go and enjoy it, and that's it for the year."
Fair enough. I mean, crazy, man. Absolutely crazy.
Yeah,
and go on.
like like let's say other fans probably don't even realize like how much we're in the shit. You know what I mean? And it's from the top down to the bottom. We probably have about 7, 8 quality players. You have your Martinelli, Smith Rowe, Saka, Ramsdale, Tomiyasu, Kieran Tierney. After that, we're very light. You know, we're an injury or two away from becoming fucking really shit. And excuse me, French or whatever you want to call it. But Jesus Christ, we've nothing on the bench. Absolutely nothing on the bench. And the way that we're going to play now till the end of the season is, I don't know if you've seen the Nottingham Forest game when Arsenal were playing them in the FA Cup, and fair play to Nottingham Forest. I was fair play to them. I was fucking pissed off. And I'm sorry for keep coursing on your channel, but you should send me out. We'll go back 5 seconds so you can mute all the coursing out. But Jesus Christ, that to me was a disgrace. A disgrace in the FA Cup to go out like that. Such a disrespectful to the cup that I love. I love the FA Cup. Love it. But what I'm saying is, we had nothing in that game. Nothing to offer. No threat. Nothing. You know what I mean? And that is what's going to happen this whole season. We're just going. It's just going to be mediocre. Like if we don't, we're not going to score many goals. Let's hope we don't concede. You know. But it's just with the 2 strikers we have now, and this is Arsenal Football Club you're talking about, right? And I'll just make another point or two now. Arsenal have 2 strikers, senior strikers.
Yeah.
Eddie Nketiah and Lacazette. In June, their contract is up. So Arsenal then have no strikers. Between the 2 of them, I think they have 5, 6 goals all season in the Premiership.
That's bad.
Now, a few years ago, we had these fellas called Thierry Henry and Dennis Bergkamp. So we've gone from there to no bottom. You know what I mean? So you can sort of look, everyone laugh at Arsenal and look, Mayor, that's fair enough. That's football, you know.
That's shocking. Absolutely shocking. I can't lie, because at the end of the day, the fact is, I think the club's doing run absolutely shoddily sort of thing. You got 2 strikers left in your club. It's going to be contest going around and loot. That is poor. It really is poor. But I just don't get it at all whatsoever. I really don't. That I got 2 goals there. Aubameyang's constantly late for training in Dortmund, and Stuart as well. Big up to you, Stu. I realised that Aubameyang did wrong, but I honestly think he was very harshly treated by Arteta. Not even a single chance to redeem himself. I think that's questionable man management. Do you agree with that?
Well, yeah, it's just so frustrating because look at all the players of the past, let's say, who have egos, but they're top quality players. Alex Ferguson was the best at it. You know what I mean? Eric Cantona, what a player he was. He was fucking throwing kicks into the fucking stands at fucking fans. You know what I mean? He didn't get fucked out. You know what I mean? One of the best players, debatable, in the Premiership. But you know what I mean? You have to, with top quality players, you have to treat them different than other players. You have to manage them better than other players. You know what I mean? Okay. If you don't, they're out the club. And a pure example is Aubameyang. He's gone now, and I can guarantee you he's going to light up La Liga with Barcelona. You know, and that's it. Like that, this is what we've come to. It's debatable. Let's say if you play 1 striker up front, how many strikers do you need in your squad? 3, probably minimum. So in the summertime, we have to get 3 strikers. If you're going for Champions League or you're going for a league, which we are not, I'm not saying we are, we need at least 1 world-class striker. You need then a sort of a fella who can come on, probably like Lacazette, and then you need, let's say, a younger guy. You know what I mean? So these 2 boys can nurture him and be a top-quality striker. So we have to do that in the summer. And then all this bullshit that the journalists all fucking feed into you. Oh, Arsenal linked with this, Arsenal linked with this. Do me a favour. Stop fucking annoying me. I don't read that shite. You know what I mean? So they're basically now saying that we've 150 million, 200 million to spend in the summer. What, are you just going to buy 3 strikers with that? Because we're very short of midfield. We're very short of right back. You know?
They need to sack him. Otherwise, you're going nowhere. That's in my opinion. I got Ryan as well. This project youth crap won't work at all for Arsenal. You'll be back to square one once Man City coming for ESR, Saka, Martinelli. I think it probably would, you know. Arteta seems to have lost the dressing room, and his deal seems to be numbered as in Shiraz. Martinelli had a fallout with Arteta too, so could see him want away in the summer. I got after into now, we came in, what's the crack of the green story. And if you don't get a spot in Europe, I don't think you'll attract any quality signings, to be fair. So, and I got John as well. Did you upload on? No, I didn't. I'm not a red. I could well do that. I could well do that to Man U Middlesbrough. I could well do that on the content later. So I have me say on that, but I'm not a red, yeah. And hello to you, Static. Hope you're okay. It says Arteta out. Well, reaching 2K subs, John. Big milestone, my guy. Thank you very much indeed. And appreciate that. Now, I'll be working that you only have 18 players in the squad, obviously not including experience on 21s. I've got to touch on that, right, from a wacky West Ham fan, right? I mean, Arsenal, right, basically, like, can cancel the game against Liverpool in the Carling Cup semi-finals. Yeah, they have enough players. Yet, he actually saw players as well. Well, all loan them out. People like Aubameyang, people like Maitland-Niles going to Roma, you know, and you got other players that left Clark, Konatinach as well. I think he's got a Marseille, I think, and others as well. So I think something's not right there. Yeah,
like it's even the Maitland-Niles thing. That to me really like it fucking smashed windows. Whatever you want to do with me, because that week that we got rid of him, okay, we had the Carling Cup semi-final, we had the Spurs game as well in the Premiership, and we also had the Nottingham Forest game coming up, all in 1 week, okay? We were short in midfield already. And what did he go and do? They loan out Ainsley Maitland-Niles to Roma. And they're already short in midfield. Why would a club do that? Like, we're talking a professional football club in the Premier League do that. But Arsenal do. If, let's say Newcastle, for example, were to sell one of their players, or Barcelona, will say, was in for one of their players, okay? And you're short in that position. Newcastle would turn around to Barcelona and just say, no, hold on, mate. We need to get cover first. So we're not selling him until we get cover, okay? And that's any normal club. But Arsenal do the opposite. They get rid of him. Coming up to the week that I just said there, you had Liverpool, Carling Cup, you had Spurs, the Premier League, and then you had Nottingham Forest in the FA Cup. And Arsenal go and do that. And then they were told, and I nearly smashed me telly when I seen this. Arteta then goes, well, the deal would have fallen through if we didn't have, it's a loan deal. Now, Jesus, my head is fucking starting to get dizzy here, because I screamed at the fucking telly. I says, hold on, mate. I says, Roma, you just say to Roma, we're waiting until we get cover, and then you can have them. If you don't want them, piss off. You know what I mean? But we're acting like a small club. And something else I just want to mention is Bournemouth, okay? They're in third or fourth in the Championship. They want automatic promotion. I think they've done the best business in the Championship in the January window. They got about three or four players, I think, in. And that's Bournemouth, okay? They spotted what they were short in, and they just go, we're pushing for promotion. We're short about 3 or 4 players. Let's get these 3 or 4 players in. Yeah. And they've done that, okay? And then you have Arsenal. Arsenal, where are we, 5th, 6th at the moment? We're not far off the top 4 points-wise. Okay, yeah. Right, let's get these 3 or 4 players that we need in and push for 4th. But no, we did the opposite. We got rid of all our players. Now, if I wrote down on a piece of paper what Bournemouth done, and I wrote down on the piece of paper what Arsenal done, and I scribbled out their names, who would you think is the Premiership club going for the top 4? You think what Bournemouth done?
Yeah, you know? Absolutely. I mean, Bournemouth on an ambitious club, and Scott Parker's done a fantastic job, but he now knows he's got to get them up now. He's got to get them up. This is the players he's got. And I think they keep him on. If he gets them up, I think he's there. But you see, it's on that one sort of thing. I saw one of Troop's videos, and he wants someone to fly a plane over the Super Bowl stadium just as an extra message to the Conquerors. Then I got also had Sinclair letting Aubameyang to go. Unfortunately, a lot of fans are sad about it. That's from Kuhn. And Ram made a good point. I watched quite a league on streams, and he thinks the fan base are the biggest problem at Arsenal. Do you think he's right at last?
Yeah, 100%. 100% agree with that, because you're there watching these fucking ages, and I'm sorry for keep coursing, but you watch on Twitter and stuff like this, and oh, we're back, and oh, this and oh, that, like, you know, I'm just going, hold on, mate, like, are you for real? Like, the stuff that they say, you know what I mean? I think it's nearly split down the middle, as in some Arsenal fans are realists and just go, no, Arteta's not the man for the job. Edu's not the man for the job, but they're all just going, oh, Arteta, give him a chance, give him this, give him that. Well, he's here 2.5 years now, nearly 3 years. In his
first, spent over billions. Wrong.
Yeah, he spent, like, I don't know how much he spent. It's just ridiculous how much money he's spent. And even in his first press conference, he goes, in 3 years, I'm hoping to get to a Champions League final. You on drugs, man? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you know, he done okay clearing out a few of the old dead wood, let's say, at the start, and then he wins the FA Cup. That's grand. Okay, give him time. That's grand. But just like this season is just an absolute joke, and it is above him as well, you know. But these deluded Arsenal fans that think, give him time. Hold on, he's had nearly 3 years, and he's spent nearly $500 million. And where are we to show? I think
exactly.
I think this season we may get the Conference League, Europa League, you know, whatever you call that. I don't want that. You know what I mean? It's terrible. But yeah, I'd 100% agree with that comment.
Yeah, I totally agree. So if you want to get in the top four, if you can get in the top four, if you don't, then try to get the Europa League straight away. But other than that, I wouldn't even bother. Wouldn't even bother at all, because at the end of the day, you're a big club and you should be in the top four like everybody else. I don't think owners communicate with supporters enough at any club being honest. That needs to change. After all the fans, how are very important revenue. Got some likes and even more than that there. It's kind of, I'll fly for that. So hit the like button and subscribe. So thank you very much indeed, mate. The problem also started years ago by not finding replacements for Petit and Big Pal. Just kept signing kids to loan them out. And basically, I've never get to put an Arsenal shirt on, basically.
Yeah, like I agree with what he's saying there, and I think at the time it was Wenger just got he sort of said he was told, look, you have to sell players to get to sort of pay off the Emirates, you know, and it just seemed then like nearly every season he just got stuck in a rut, just selling players, top players, and now we're just emptied, we're just gone. Like, as I say, it's nearly 18 years ago now, probably a bit less, but where you had the likes of Henry, Bergkamp, Patrick Vieira, Petit, you know, and look where we are now, million miles away from it.
Exactly. And you need to get those great times back. And if you don't get the great times back, it's going to take you years to win the champ and win the Premier League title. Yeah. And you don't want that. And you want that for the club at the end of the day. Because you've got big clubs like Man U, Spurs. You've got big clubs there. They need to win the Premier League. And hopefully you'll soon. And got Ryan as well. Delbo, don't take this hard, but like some chats on Twitter, I genuinely think Newcastle, we like teams like Hughes and Spurs within a few years. Both clubs from outside looking are sinking ships. Do you agree with Ryan there? Because let's be real.
Yeah, 100%. And I was only thinking there this morning, like, because I was going on your channel, and I was just thinking to myself, Newcastle, to me, I think I hear a few Euro fans talking about relegation. That's nonsense. Stop that. Just stop. That's rubbish. Think big. Stop that. You know, you guys are safe, and I think this is sort of my sort of theory on you guys. 100%, you said Newcastle are safe this season. I think if they kick in next season into the probably Europa League, you know, I think if you get Europa League next year, sky's the limit for you guys, because then it's you know, I think in about 2-3 years you guys could be challenging. And don't patronize me, you fucking will. You guys are coming. You know that.
Oh man, unbelievable. You know what it is? I mean, look, we want to stay in this league first, stay up in this league, and then in the summer we build on. at the minute. We should be thinking about heat. Let's concentrate staying up first. We'll be fine. So, yeah. And just stuck with Wenger. Looking back at it, Tony, please subscribe to your channel, mate. I'll do the break bits in a minute. I think also hoping for free transfers in the summer. I know they want Calvert-Lewin, but not at 57 million quid, not worth it. Maitland-Niles is a decent player and can play in a few positions. Yeah, I think he's a decent player. In my opinion.
Not even that, John. I'm sorry to go across you, but
yeah, go for it.
Guendouzi, your man with the Krusty the Clown hair, he's hitting on the he's on the borderline of getting on the French international team. Like, debatable. Can they win the World Cup? And this young fella is going to be in their squad, and he's not even in our squad. They loan him out. You know what I mean? And we're short in midfield. These are players that we're short in midfield. We still have Torreira. Remember the small little fella? He's on our books. Guendouzi, as I said, is on our books in midfield. Two of them are in midfield. They're on loan. Call them back. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But no.
Nah. Something like a club, man. He's short player sort of thing. But crazy. I mean, do you think with Vlahovic supposedly turning down Arsenal will make it harder to attract any top players now, like Isaac and Isaac and Jonathan David? Now the thing is, right? I mean, you've been linked to these players, Vlahovic, DCL, and also Jonathan David as well. And the thing is, they won't come to you, sort of thing. I think the clubs do not want to sell in January, but obviously if the average went to Juve, sort of thing, 68 million quid, and I think he's a damn good player, by the way. I mean, there's decent strikers out there, Del Boy, but unfortunately, you got to get them in ASAP, because if you don't, you're going to be left behind. And if you don't qualify for Champions League, it's going to be even more difficult for you to attract the top players to come to your club.
Yeah, 100%. It's with your man Vlahovic. I didn't think he wanted to come to Arsenal anyway, you know, and he always knew that Juventus were in for him. Juventus going for Serie A, Champions League, you know. Why would he go to Arsenal? You know, and this is where the deluded Arsenal fans are. Oh, he's going to come to Arsenal. Why? Please tell me why. Because if I was him, and I support Arsenal, I'd be going to Juventus. I'd be there. Yeah, I want to win trophies. I want to get in the Champions League, go far in the Champions League, try to win the Champions League. What are Arsenal to offer you now? 17 games or something like that between now and May. That's all. You know what I mean? You know, it's just not good enough. With Calvert-Lewin, he's a good player. And as I said earlier on, the three strikers, you need a world-class striker, a sort of a medium striker, let's say, that's going to be good or on the fringes of being world-class. And then you have a young fella up and coming. Calvert-Lewin, for me, is in the middle. He's not world-class. He's not going to push it. He's not going to get to 25, 30 goals a season. You know? Yeah, unfortunately for us, like, you know.
Definitely not. I don't think you will, DCL. Look, he's a good player, young player, but I just don't think you get used 20 plus scores a season. He's not world-class, by the way, but he's a decent player, but you need world-class. And wouldn't want some top four until there's top quality experience at Arsenal. Otherwise, you get annihilated by Bayern again.
Exactly. Great point. Every time we play them, they beat us 5-0.
Exactly. But you did beat them 2-0 before, mind, in one of the games. But you done it. So I got wacky as well. My team didn't bring anyone in either. Assured against Kidderminster there, who deserved to win, by the way. They deserved to win, by the way, Kidderminster. I thought they were excellent there. They considered 2 stoppage time goals. One in the 90th and one in the 120 minutes, yeah? And I tell you what, credit for Kidderminster, they give it a right go today. And good on them. And Tony B as well, yeah, Kiddy and Lucky, they were. And Fats, Del Boy, Fats. Yeah. And they gave everything that they had, talking about the Kidderminster West Ham game. Big Del Boy talking Fats says it as it is. That's all I want, that's why I got him here. And basically, at the end of the day, you got to come in here and speak the truth. And you can see what the best way you have. You know what I mean?
You know, it is. And like, look, it's frustrating. It's like, you know, there's ups, there's downs in football, and we understand that. But it's just, for Arsenal fans at the minute, it just seems like we're in a hole and there's no way out. Like, you know, like what sort of, I need sort of something here from you. Like when you guys were trying to get Mike Ashley out, like what was the feeling like around the club? Was it ever this bad, or like, can you?
Yeah, was that when we actually got the takeover, or
Yeah, when you were trying to get rid of him, and then there was no. It just seemed like he wasn't going anywhere.
And when we got him out of the club, I thought it was absolutely fantastic news. Got the takeover. I mean, the timing could have been better, but listen, they come in, took the club on. I think there's a own big party. I think it's about 20,000 celebrated outside the stadium, and I think that's absolutely fantastic. You know what I mean? And when I heard the news, I was in my van, and I had to stop my van just to celebrate myself. Do you know what I mean? I said, "Yes, got a takeover!" You know what I mean? And how did you know I was on about? And I thought, what's going on? I said, no, Newcastle got to take over, sort of thing. So all the local smile at the end of the day, I think it's fantastic. So I've done that, and long may it continue. We're starting to send them big. I'm going to come to them later on, and hopefully things will be better for Newcastle. So listen, got our club back. We as fans are happy. We got season tickets. Get us up away and take it from there. So yeah.
I think like with Newcastle, I think they need to win a cup and just sort of get that winning feeling around the club again, you know. Sleep and joint,
absolutely. Absolutely. You need to win a cup. I want to win the FA Cup. That's all I want to win, the FA Cup. Yeah. Win the FA Cup, that'd be fantastic. And then more come through as well, sort of thing. So yeah.
100%. Like years ago, like my brother, he's not mad into football, but he loves Newcastle. And it was always like, you know, the time when Keegan was in charge of you guys, and Faustino Australia, George Albert, Gary Spears. I like, you know, what a team. You know, I was gutted for you guys then. I thought that you were definitely going to win the Premier League then, like, you know, but I've always had a soft spot for Newcastle, to be honest with you.
I know, 12 points of heat, sort of thing. We fluffed it. 12 points of heat. And for me, that's the saddest time being a Newcastle fan. But we may not get a position again. But it is what it is now. It's done. And I've got last couple of games. So Smith Rowe played in. He didn't look his usual self. All he looked deflated. I think the lack of depth in the squad is taking his toll. That's what wacky man.
Yeah, like what happens is, like, Arsenal aren't playing Pepe, for example. Like, you know, before he goes away to the African Cup of Nations, he didn't play him, and he kept on playing Saka. He kept on playing Smith Rowe, and you're just like, these are still young players. You're going to run them into the ground. They're going to be wrecked. Sort of swap it around a bit, because Pepe can play on the left, or, like, you know, you can swap it around with the players. And I agree exactly what that comment was there. Like, they're at the end of the day, they're still only like early 20s, you know, and Arteta is expecting them to play nearly every game. You know what I mean? They're not physically, body is ready for all that yet, you know. But it's running them in, and it's paying off now. Like, you know, that they are knackered, and that's the way it is, you know. And you can't keep up that tempo, especially the way that they play, high tempo, attacking, like, you know, dribbling with the ball, going for it. Like, they're just wrecked, you know. And I'm hoping when they come back from Dubai now that they will have a bit of, like, you know, a bit of fresh air behind them, and, you know, a bit of spring in their step, and continue it into the end of the season. But yeah, it just shows you that we are short. We've only like 18 squad players, you know, and we're one or two injuries away from an absolute carnage, a car crash of a season, you know.
Yeah, I have to agree. And I'll tell you what, it needs fixing up very soon. Hopefully, new manager next season, hopefully. So I've got to reality. How would Isaac and David Okost?
Yeah, Jesus. See, this is the thing. What I was saying is with the journalists and all this, and they're filling all this shite. Oh, Arsenal have a war chest of 200 million. Fuck off, will you? Like, 200 million is not going to get you 3 strikers. You know what I mean?
No.
Your man Isaac, right? He's good. He's not world class. He's not. I don't think he's going to get his 20 odd goals, 20 plus goals a season. You're going to spend, I'd say, about 60, 70 million for him. You know, is he going to push us on? I don't think so. His stats don't do it for me. You know, he has a few goals here. Not like, you know, assist. You need like, you know, an out and out striker. Because we have Martinelli, we have Saka, Smith Rowe, and the three of them along feeding into the striker. You know what I mean? Any decent quality striker would love the three of them. Pinging balls in left, right, and centre, you know, and getting your toe on it, getting your head on it, getting the goals, you know. But yeah, we're going to have to be spending big, and this is what I don't understand. That if they wanted to save money in January, you have a bigger pot of money you need for the summer.
That's what you need. It's got to be competitive. We need to stay up as well this season. Like, you know, if you stay up this season, we're going to compete. We're definitely going to compete 100%.
Well, do you know, and I must say, and it's the start of things. This is Guimarães, Bruno. I'll tell you, Arsenal were in for him, and I wanted him. I wanted Arsenal to get him, but you boys got him, and this is the start for all the deluded fans. Oh, we're a bigger club than Newcastle. Stop, just stop. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter who's big and who's not. And this, what I want to say, is a prime example of that, right? Arsenal were linked with, at the start of the season, when we lost 3 games in a row, Brentford, Man City, Chelsea. We lost 3 games in a row. Like, there were still people going, oh, he can do the job. Well, whatever, you know. I was screaming he should be sacked. Sack him after the Brentford game, the very first game, sack him. And there's no disrespect to Brentford. Not at all. I'm just like, even the start of the end of the last season, there was poor run and all this stuff, and it continued, and it started 3 games, then we lost. I was saying, get Conte in, get him in, and everyone's just there. Oh, you're crazy. He's not going to come to us. No. He's going to Newcastle. Anyone. If you show them money, you can have anyone. You can buy anyone. And what did Spurs go and do? They showed the money. They flashed the cash. There you are, the godfather of Italy. Here you come. And we're left with the Spanish omelette. And I'm taking off Craig.
Yeah. Oh, man. I can understand your frustrations, man. If you've got Conte, you've got that sort of thing.
Don, you weren't expecting this evening, mate. You weren't expecting a fucking counselling session with Del Boy.
Yeah. I know what you mean, but that's what you're here for. And just gonna take a break here. Guys, if you I'm just gonna put a sponsor up as well. And it's about it's only a quick one sort of thing, if I can get it up sort of thing, people. And for the Newcastle fans food bank. So if you'd like to make a donation to them, you can always do it online, or you could do it face to face. So put in what you want. And also so here's against hunger, support NFC food banks, Newcastle food banks West End, to end the hunger, end hunger. So if you've got any money to spend, if you've got any spare pennies or spare pounds or whatever sort of thing, your choice, they can always donate to the food bank. You can do it online, you can do it outside the stadium, and whatever much it's going to be, it's up to you. It is your choice. So yeah, so I'm going to try and get another sponsor as well. I'm going to try and talk to someone like probably NHS and whatever that sort of thing, have a word of them sort of things. If it's okay if I do it with them as well. So NHS, I believe in the NHS all the time. And you know what? I think they're fantastic people. In fact, NHS, this country, and I'm afraid to say, they want to be UK in my opinion. So yeah, just help along. So that's me back. And if you do like the video, please hit the like button. And also, most importantly, do subscribe as well to Open the Bird community on my channel as well. And if you'd like to become a member, please hit the join button. And also, if you'd like to donate as well, you can donate what you like, and whatever money receives goes towards the charity, or part of the money will go towards the charity, by the way. So, and to improve my channel as well, people. So the choices are out there as well. So I've got Scottish Gamer as well. He's a member as well. Smith Rowe is carrying Arsenal. Is he carrying Arsenal?
Him, Martinelli, and Saka. Yeah, I'd agree with that. You know, and it's like, you know, for young players, you know, to be doing that, it's just unheard of from Arsenal. You know.
Yeah, I mean, he's only a young kid. You cannot pin a 20-year-old, 21-year-old to carry Arsenal Football Club. You just can't. Where's the experienced players? Players like Granit Xhaka. Yeah.
Don't mention him. Don't mention that man to me. Jesus Christ.
Sorry.
No, go on, you're all right.
I mean, so you look at the team they've got. So, I mean, you got Xhaka, you got Partey. They're both experienced players, sweet. You know what I mean? They should be taking responsibilities as well, by the way. You got player like Gabriel as well. He's coming on good. You got Tommy Yasu or Tommy Cafu, who's coming on great. You know what I mean? You're calling Tommy Cafu because he plays like him sometimes, you know what I mean? And you got Nuno Tavares as well. I mean, for me, I think he's just okay, but he can't defend. He's just Usain Bolt in the cut. That's all he is. I don't know what you make of Nuno Tavares.
Yeah, he was very bad the last few games for us, but like that, like Arteta were short and just threw him in and just sort of says, right, tough shit, I don't really care. Like Arteta seems to suck the life of players. Like you'll know better than me and anyone else, Kieran Tierney, for example. What a player. Experienced player, a winner. You know what I mean? How many trophies does he have up there? And he hasn't been playing that well lately. He's got Artetaized, what I call it. It's just Arteta is just like, you know, eating into his soul or something like that. If you look at Tierney playing, he's not the Tierney that was at Celtic, you know, and it seems to be that he's like, you know, he's doing that to a few players. He's just not giving them you're not letting them express themselves. Like even Pepe, for example, and let's say other clubs mightn't think Pepe is good. Arteta hasn't given him a good run of about 5, 6, 7 games. And I don't care what player you are. Players need a good run of games, get into the, you know, use of the running of the game, the feel of the game, and then express themselves. But the likes of Pepe hasn't been given that, you know, and we certainly do need him now.
Absolutely.
With Martinelli, I think what they're going to try and do is push him into the centre, because Thierry Henry, when he came to Arsenal, he was a left winger.
Yeah.
And Wenger pushed him into the centre, and we all know how well Henry done. You know, I'm not saying Martinelli's going to be the next Thierry Henry, but I'm just saying he has the talent to do that. If they push him into the middle, I think they could certainly benefit from it.
I think Martinelli will probably be a centre forward in the years to come, in my opinion. I mean, I think this guy, for me, is the best player they got at Arsenal, in my opinion. I think he's the best player. By a country mile, he'd be my player of the season if I was an Arsenal fan. This guy runs, skillful, takes on players, not threatening to have a goal. I think this guy's fantastic. I mean, he came from the 4th division of Brazilian football to make that break from the 4th division of the Brazilian football, up to the Premier League, and you cut it in the Premier like Martinelli has. I think that's brilliant.
Oh, like he's look, when a player like Ronaldinho is singing your praises, the world should listen. You know what I mean? Yeah. Ronaldinho says this boy is unbelievable. And, you know, I'm only a fucking idiot in Dublin. Ronaldinho's the man, you know what I mean? And he's bigging him up, you know? So, look, the thing about it is, we have the likes of Martinelli, Smith Rowe, Saka, Tierney. Tierney's still only young. He's only 24 or 25. Ramsdale. Like, the thing that I've been saying, these players are very good. Some of them are on the borderline of being top class. And I'm sure nearly a lot of clubs in England would want them at their club.
Oh, yes.
But the thing what's going to happen at Arsenal now is we're going to continue with Arteta and this regime, dictatorship, whatever you want to call it. We're going to continue with this until the end of the season. And then we're going to go into the summer transfer window and give him another truckload of money, and he's going to be signing more average players. And then we're going to go into next season, and it's just going to be the same fucking shit, different year.
Yeah, I have to agree. I think, in my opinion, I mean, we've got to look at teams like Arsenal, Spurs, maybe some Man U as well, and see if Newcastle will realistically beat next season. But we shall see. Hello, lovely John. Good to see you and Del Boy as well. That's from Daisy Man U fan. She's been partner in crime. And congrats on getting 2K subscribers. You say just every single one of them, much more. Maisie, love you lots, pets. She is absolutely fantastic. Check out her channel, by the way, Devils United. Absolutely fantastic. And after too bad, you wouldn't believe there were that many leagues between the two sides. yeah, I think I have to agree on that one. And listen, at the end of the day, I mean, we'll catch up with Arsenal Spurs, in my opinion, next season. If that's what it's going to be. And maybe would be surprised. And I've got Tiger as well. John, what are your thoughts on Bruno choosing us over Arsenal? In my opinion, right, I mean, we offer the money, right? If he's been agreed, Arsenal wanted to think about buying him as well, but they just couldn't compete with us. And I don't normally see it that Newcastle cannot compete with Arsenal Football Club, because I tell you now, right, we're the richest club in the world. We can afford the players we really want. Hey, what's your take on when you? I mean, you said earlier. What's your take on us getting Bruno Guimarães choosing Newcastle over Arsenal? As an Arsenal fan, how do you feel about that?
Like, why would you blame Bruno? Like, I don't see, like, you guys are like, and this is no disrespect to any Newcastle fans, but yous are on the fucking gravy train. We're after I'm down the back with the fucking cattle and the pigs and the sheep and all, fucking trying to get up there. Yous are up top in the Orient Express. That's where yous are. You know, it's just, why would he not want to go to that project? You know what I mean? What you guys are. You have the money. You know that there's going to be more top quality, world-class players coming to you guys. Because as I said about even Antonio Conte, you know what I mean? You show these boys money, they are coming. They're not here for the love of the badge. And would they know Faustino Asprilla or Philip Albert or, you know what I mean, Ginola? You know, they don't. They don't know that. You know what I mean? They only go to these clubs for the money. So, and I'm not saying that Guimarães went to you guys for the money. He went for the money and the project. You know what I mean? It's just, why wouldn't he go? You know what I mean? And there'll be many more players that are going to be like this. Now, John, I don't like the fucking smile in their face, so stop laughing at me.
You're talking facts.
We're in the fucking mode, I know.
Oh, man. You know what it is, right? I mean, I'm just smiling, but I can understand your pain sort of thing, and most Arsenal fans as well. And I understand, but listen, at the end of the day, I mean, we put the money up sort of thing, and the guy chose us sort of thing. So Leon accepted our offer, and he decided to come with us. So let's hope it keeps us up. I've got wacky. So we have the most logical, straight talking Gooner right here on John's Sure Top Opinions, and that's from you. And thanks for that. And everyone's saying hello to people in the chat. I've got Spencer got a good one. If Arteta keeps forcing Saka ESR in the team, they'll be burnt out by 25, the way it's going.
And you know what? Can I just elaborate on that comment? That's a very good comment. And Wenger done the same with Jack Wilshere. He kept playing him and playing him and playing him. And look where Jack Wilshere is now. He's down the Dole office, and he's even talking on Talk Sport. Give the fella a job, will you?
Yeah.
but not at Arsenal. He's not good enough for it.
Exactly. Oh, man. Macy the Geordie. Come on, Tony. She's a red. And respect that. Yay. And Macy, just going to read that. Everyone's talking to Macy on my chat sort of thing, by the way. And just keep smashing the like, people. Smashing the like, people. That'd be magnificent there. And so some reason YouTube turns off some items and puts it back after a few days. And Guendouzi is a strange one. I rate him. He's on loan. He's on loan to Marseille.
Yeah, him and Saliba are there. Like that Saliba. I thought during I think it was the summertime. I was there. Or no, sorry, the January window there. There was rumours that Newcastle were sniffing around. I says, "No, don't you boys go there now. Don't start waving the money at him." You know what I mean? I was just there.
Yeah.
He's gone. Because I'm telling you now, he is a baller. That young fella. He's only like 19, 20, but he's a big boy, and he's a great centre half. But
Yes.
what do you make of your new shiny, brand new penny defence?
In my opinion, I mean, I think Matt Target's going to be a good defender. I think Dan Burn will do bits at Newcastle. 6'7", good at set pieces, defends properly. Kieran Trippier, being Kieran Trippier, is quality. Decent right back. And, he's a leader as well. That's what we need. And Guimarães is going to be fantastic. Chris Wood, now, that the ones was a little bit. It cost 25 million quid, right? My only concern about him is his lack of goals. Yeah, he's got Premier League experience, but his lack of goals. Is he worth 25 million quid, though? That's the thing.
Well, you know what I think Newcastle signed him was to actually just bury Burnley, because he's the only one that was scoring goals for them. If they're not scoring goals, what's happening is they're going down, they're getting relegated. So yous are bad. Feel terrible about that.
Yeah.
You know, yeah. Look, come here. He's not going to be leading the line for you next year. He's going to be coming on, you know, probably super sub sort of job. You know, if you're losing a game, he's good in the air. You know, yeah, not now. I don't think you need him now. You know, I think what I mean by that is I think you need a better striker now. You know what I mean? He's probably that sort of last 10 minutes you're drawn. You need to just get out and get a result. Like, you know, he could do a job with just, but I don't think he's the right striker for you guys at the minute.
Yeah, I mean, it's only a stopgap in my opinion. Listen, I'm still going to back him. He's only a stopgap, and that's all he is, I'm afraid. But you never know. He may shock us. He may get 10 goals to keep us up. You just don't know, because we've got better players. Hopefully, they're going to perform. And I've got Scottish give me as well. Arsenal's orders are not the problem. They have spent plenty. The problem is the fans have Champions League expectations, a mediocre team, and a bad manager.
Yeah, exactly. 100%. You know,
it's right there. And yeah, I understand what you mean here, mate. I got John made you a mod again. I have. And also, man, clubs are going downhill, to be honest. And that's from Kieran.
Well, do you know what I think with United? I think United, they have endless cash. You know what I mean? Arsenal, I think, threw a lot of money at the problem in the summer, and I think the pot now is a bit empty. Whereas with United, I still think they've another few seasons to go, in relation to money, you know, running out. So I think they'll throw more money at the problem and probably get there.
Absolutely. You'd rather you'd rather have Lascelles over Ben White.
Yeah, I probably would. Ben White doesn't even watch football. He watches more of himself in the mirror than he does football, you know. And for me, a footballer should be watching nearly every game he can and learning from it. If you think that you don't need to learn, you're in the wrong game, mate.
I agree. And also correlation between Wenger and Ferguson leaving Man U and Arsenal.
Yeah.
It's a hard one.
Like Wenger, for me, yeah, he was brilliant. Like what he done for the club. He changed football in Britain. Never mind in Arsenal. Like, you know, it was always like, you know, a pint after the game, a pint and a kebab, like, you know. But Wenger came in and was just like, what the hell he is doing? He got, let's say, our back four, Dixon, Keown, Adams. He got an extra few years out of them by just telling them to eat proper and eat right. And like, you know, Ferguson then was right behind them, just going, yeah, look, this is what you have to do. Wenger came in his first season. I think he started in '96, and he started around October, November time. And then the following year, then he went on to win the league. Sorry, '97, I think it was. But he went on to win the league, you know, and done the double, you know. And Fergie then was just like, this is what we have to do.
Yeah, absolutely. That's the thing. I mean, those two have been in the game for a long, long time. And now they've gone, then some of the managers ain't going to last any time soon. So for there'll never be another 27-year manager or a 22-year manager. That's not going to happen anytime soon. Never. No way. Done. And I think Wenger and Fergie saw through the orders and jumped ship before they got dragged down with them. That's going to be a problem. 3,000 billion. And the video on the Newcastle channel of Bruno's first day, though, haven't seen it, but I'm going to see it later on today.
I actually seen that.
Yeah, I've seen that video anyway. I've seen that video. Oh, man. I thought that Tony T's Arsenal, right? What's that, the one?
Yeah, 100% agree with that. 100% Ryan. I'm telling you now, because if top-class manager, like, if we had Conte, not even Conte, if we had fucking what you call him at Brighton, yeah, I'm telling you now, it's just about managing players. Like Arteta didn't manage the drama that's going on. Like if you put like Guendouzi, as I said, Saliba, Aubameyang, Pepe, they all hate Arteta. You know what I mean? Imagine what it's like in the corridors of the Conley or Conley where Arsenal train. I'd say they're just walking by, here's this fucking Egypt again. I'm walking by. You know what I mean? It's just the atmosphere is wrong for the club. And Arteta's just trying to run a dictatorship. And he's trying to be Billy Big Balls. And, like, you're not. But hate say la vie.
Yeah. Absolutely, man. It should also start to show form again, and Arteta's answers let offload players and not reinforce. I think Arsenal's job's too big for him. I say it's too big for him. So if I'm honest with you, too big. Way too big. No ifs or buts. And Arsenal needs Ole at the wheel.
Oh, Jesus. We're not that bad.
And both men also have shown how important a good manager is. That's going to be tough now, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And Xhaka's a liability. I agree with that 100%.
Jesus Christ. What do you think of Xhaka, John?
Me personally, I wouldn't have it at Newcastle. He's too much of a liability for me, honestly. Honestly, I think if you went to the Italian league, I think he'd be a baller there. But because of the Premier League, right, sometimes can be a bit of liability, can be a bit clumsy, his tackles late. He gets sent off on a regular basis, you know what I mean? And when he told the fans to F off against Palace a couple of years ago, right, for me, he should have been done. When he took off the shirt, threw the captain sign down, right, stormed off, went like that, told the fans to F off, he should have been done. He should have been done.
Like, this is my point, what I was saying earlier on about the Bournemouth Arsenal thing. Like, if that was Newcastle, he wouldn't have made it out of the fucking stadium because you don't disrespect the fans. You know what I mean? But this guy is still at our club. You know what I mean? And Aubameyang isn't. So what has this guy done to warrant to be at this club so long? He was linked with Roma in the summertime, and I was doing, yes, please go. I'll drive him there personally myself. And what did he go and do? He turn around and say no, and give him an extra fucking contract, few years, and a pay rise.
Yeah.
Oh my God! Stop, will you? Jesus.
I tell you what, whose decision was that? Should have been sacked. Honestly, man. Should have been gone. 100%. I'm sorry, but I mean, that's a disgrace. He must be laughing at ease. He's laughing at ease now. He really is.
100%.
He's laughing at the club.
He got a pay rise for what? And as you said, he threw the captain's armband on the ground and disrespected every captain before him. You know what I mean? And we had proper captains: Tony Adams, Patrick Vieira, Thierry Henry, and he just throws that on the ground and then giving the Arsenal fans the fingers and all that. Doing all that.
We can't
Get out
do
of
that.
the club.
Can't do that. And I'll tell you what as well, just to get a piece of tweets, right, from Ekiteki, right, it's urgent because he turned down a move to Newcastle because basically he said he feels he also ready to leave Lems. Yeah, he said, we reject Newcastle because we don't believe in the short and long-term project. Ekiteki will leave Reims at the end of the season. Well, if that's the case then, you're not giving something not much thought then, haven't you, really? Let's be real, because at the end of the day, we've got a fantastic project at Newcastle United, but he's not been given a chance. So hopefully, come back again, and then the situation will be much different soon. So how's it going, bro? Mark, I'm absolutely fine, mate. Kieran's only messages even going through. I've got too many messages, Kieran, not just to you, but some of the messages I do, but some of the messages I just can't keep up with them, mate. I mean, I'm about 15 minutes behind the messages sort of thing. I do apologize. If I see yours, I'll read it out to you, mate. And hello to Melissa from Canada. I hope you're okay. Melissa's lovely, by the way. I'm still trying to get on my channel, by the way, but she's a star. She's funny. The problem is, where do you get a Fergie or Wenger now? That's a flipping good point. You know what I mean? You just can't. They're not around anymore. Done.
I don't think you can. Not even you guys, like, you know what I mean? It's not even about money. I just think the game has changed altogether. Like, you know, it's different now. You've a lot of like, you know, guys that can't even take a tackle now and they're rolling around the ground and stuff like that. It's a business. Like, I don't know if you've seen the Neymar documentary, did you?
I didn't, mate, no.
I'll tell you, his father's a dickhead, if you ask me. He's selling him as a product, as a label. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
and even Neymar himself is just like, chill out. And he's there, no, we're running a business. We've 10 years left and all. How much money do you want? You know what I mean? How much money do these guys want? You know? So, Sorry, just continue there. Just get through a few comments there.
It's ridiculous, man. It's ridiculous. You're right. You are talking sense, by the way. And most of the fans here actually agree with you, that sort of thing. I'll be quick to the comments. I take Pepe at Newcastle better than Fuas. I take Pepe all day long. I think he's a decent winger, 100%. Chris Wilder at Brighton has got the tools, in my opinion. He's just joined the ball, by the way. And I just can't say any time. Would you give Arteta time?
No.
No, that's
no.
Nice short answer. You have to give Arteta time, sorry. And that Delta is absolutely shite. It's all about opinions, mate. But
I know that guy. He's actually a Newcastle fan. He's a mate of mine. He's a proper you know what he does be doing? He does be, one of the Geordies. He goes over to a lot of the games and he takes the top off, and he's the big fat belly hanging out, giving it loads. Do you know what I'm going to do? I think it's the 15th of May. We're playing you guys in St. James's Park. If you'll have me up there, I'll go.
Yes, I would love to go there as well. Sort of, it depends on work. So hopefully I'll be fine and get myself away for that day. And the Dale lad talks about it. He said, Anthony, do subscribe to my channel, mate. I mean, I'll do different content as well if you can. That'd be fantastic. Thanks very much. As a Newcastle fan, I hope you swap managers every 6 months. As a neutral, stick with Arteta. Well, I wouldn't take him at all whatsoever. Sorry. I think Arteta should be earned of stripes there. I think Arteta should have earned his stripes before giving the Arsenal job. Too much too quickly. He might come good. I don't think so, mate. I think he's done. Personally, John, TikTok account, sure. Give us some support, people. Kieran, thank you so much for getting us on there, my friend. And listen, at the end of the day, I'll just set up sort of thing. You'll go to the TikTok account, cool, go for it. And Martinelli, Pepe, Anthony, our wingers, who should be targeting in the summer. That's from Ryan. I think he's right. Do not give Arteta time. 2 years is long enough. No process. The sooner Arteta goes, the better. And I'm going for this as well. How long? Also 22 years, Ian. 22 year. How long is Fergie game? 27 year. Yeah. And just going to go for this as well before we come on to about your situation at Arsenal in a minute. Crazy decision playing party where he had literally got off plane like 4 hours before the show. There's no options there. He gets off the plane, plays a game, and gets sent off.
Yeah, well, he didn't want to be there. Like, well, why was he even in the squad, to be honest with you? You know what I mean? You could tell straight away when he came on the pitch, he's going off, and I think he's sort of getting to a stage now where he's down in tools, and hopefully a few of these players will. They'll just down tools and just get rid of this guy.
Yeah.
I don't like that comment. That's worse than Anthony's comment.
I tell you what, if I was an Arsenal fan and I saw that Arteta given an 8-year contract, oh my God, that'd be absolutely crazy, man.
But even the tabloids are trying to big up Arteta, and they're trying to say, oh yeah, he's going to Man City and stuff like this. So then Arsenal fans, oh well, if Man City want him, let us sign him up quick. Do me a favour.
He's only when he was at Man City, he's putting that cones for Pep anyway. Arteta, he's putting that cones for Pep. That's what he did. And what he's done around Emirates, I mean, the players are putting that cones for him as well, getting him out of the club. Simple as that.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
He coned all his way down to bleeding Manchester to London. He did. You know what I mean? Any roadworks on the way, he was dragging the cones out.
Exactly. Just give him the sack, sort of. And that's what I see. So also get. Like the stream for Tommy Cafu. Thank you, Tony. Do subscribe, my guy. Russia's wasted his talents, and that's Jack Wilshere, by the way. He's training with the club as well, isn't he? Now he's training with you guys.
He's over in Dubai with them.
Crazy.
And he's over in Dubai with them, and he's looking for his contract. He just be on Talk Sport as well, calling up them and just giving it loads. Oh, Arteta's unbelievable manager and all this. Of course, you're going to say that if you want a contract,
Yeah, absolutely. And part 1 podcast 805 owner over manager was Frank. Greater 1980 own manager was Arthur Cox. How many managers did we have? That's when I fell in love with the 881 season. I was 40 years old, bro. Oh my God. Probably 1890, probably about 12, I think. I could be wrong. No, I said about 15 or 16 managers they had between that time. I could be wrong. And Barcelona taking the people putting a 100 million lease clause on a player they got for free. I can't believe that. You've done 120 million over this guy, and I tell you what, he's gone on free. Oh my gosh! So when you invest it, it's just gone down the drain. Honestly, it's nuts. How many guys 80 million quid? And go back to one. Sorry, in Newcastle spent 80 million on 5 players. All of a sudden, we're buying a league. We're not going to win the league. It's not going to happen anytime soon. United pay $1 million for every minute it takes a guy to run the left of the pitch. That sums up, done it. And if I don't read the comments, people, I do apologise. I think there should be a cap on transfer wages or the leagues, clubs who win if owners pulls out. That's very true. Jump ship is a bit harsh. Young and 30 are legends of the game. And in Aubameyang, well, and only win Arsenal Championship. And what did you would that be? That ain't gonna happen anytime soon. There's no way. I've got just guys as well. Super Mac. And why wouldn't you not get as much money as ASM? Don't want to go. Yes, who's left for Arsenal Football Club? John, do you dance in TikTok? I don't, mate. No, I just don't. Then I've got subscribe. If you like the content, people. Thank you, Tony B. Appreciate that. And then I've got Billy as well. Keeps on asking, how do you feel United lost yesterday, John? Billy, I'm going to say it again. I'm not a red. Okay, I'm not a red. If you don't play that, look at my profile, mate. Okay, I have for hard-working players on internationals on 50, 60, or 80 grand a week. One superstar player like Ronaldo on 550 grand a week. That is unbelievable, man. And Arteta, for me, is good for Arsenal. Surprised they are going for top 4 with that squad. And that's from Billy. I don't think so. And one more comment as well from Matthew. Everton beating Brentford by 3-1. We're playing Everton on Saturday, on Tuesday as well.
I think they might get a bit of a bounce, but I think that you guys will be strong enough for them. I think you'll get a result. I'd probably go 3-1 Newcastle.
Yeah. Let's hope that, because I say 2-1 to Newcastle, by the way. I made a prediction last night with Everton fan, Falcons, Blues TV. Do check out the channel or content for that one as well. And we said to you before, though, give another 15 minutes or so. And basically, right, that you remember I switched against Cambridge game, you said that Eddie Howe's not first. Do you stand by that still, Delwood? Do you still stand by that comment?
Yeah, I do, yeah. I think, like, could you imagine what would Conte do for you guys? And you might say, oh, Conte, as it says, money will fucking get you anything you want. If you go, your man Tag Horn or whatever you call him, like, go for these big managers. Because at the end of the day, and what I said earlier on, if you have a guy who's a football manager or a football director or director of the club, whatever you want, you pick the phone up, okay? We'll just say Conte, for example, okay? And you just go, look, we're Newcastle. Just give us 5 minutes of your time. We have an endless amount of money, okay? So that's no object. So we'll give you whatever you want, 13 million a year, okay? And that's what these big managers come with, okay? They're big wages. We have a project here. We have so much money we'll give you in the summer, so much in January. We'll give you, we'll say 4 transfer windows to get your project and get us challenging for the league, not for the Champions League positions, top 4, for the league. So we'll say you're given 3-4 seasons.
Yeah.
What manager would not want that? Okay, so you have them in the bag. So you're talking, man. There was even a few comments there. If Arsenal had, we'd say Conte. Where would Arsenal be now? We'd still have Aubameyang. We'd probably still have Lacazette signed up to a new contract. We'd probably have Bruno Guimarães in our team.
Probably.
But you can sell the club then to players, because a top-class manager can get you players. Wenger done it for us for years. We were getting top quality players. Alexis Sanchez, Ozil at the time, he was in Real Madrid. We were getting world-class players because of Wenger. But now we're not going to be getting these players. They're not going to come to Arsenal for Arteta. And no disrespect to Eddie Howe, but top-class, world-class, and I'm talking world-class players, so you guys have to change your mentality, because you guys are coming up. You're going to get there, and I think within 5, 6, 7 years, you'll win a league. without a doubt. So if you're winning a league, you're like Man City, you're like Liverpool, you will have world-class players. You need to have a world-class manager to match that. You need to start thinking that, and that's no disrespect to Eddie Howe, and I actually do like him as a manager. I think he's a good guy. He earned his stripes. He's come up through the leagues. He's done a brilliant job at Bournemouth. But Newcastle now are not Bournemouth. No disrespect to them. Newcastle are going for the league. Would you give it 5 years? Would you want a league title as a fan in 5 years?
I'd love to win a league I'd love to win the league in 5 years, sort of for the parents who's play comes through the door. And I mean, Eddie Howe, I mean, you're not going to get an elite manager coming into Newcastle. You're not going to get an elite manager not winning third bottom or second bottom, wherever you are. But at the end of the day, I mean, I'm sure the owners will keep an eye open how he does next summer if we stay up in the Premier League. But I like Eddie Howe. I mean, it's a start where he can lay the foundations the best he can, in my opinion. But I think that he's going to have to start well next season, in my opinion. He needs to. Because I think these people who want to win a title, they want to win top 4, they want to compete in Europe, sort of thing. So Eddie needs to start really well. I'm an Eddie Howe fan. I really have been. Always will be. But in my opinion, I think he's the right guy, given the league position we're at in a minute. But if they want to push on for the big honours, then you've got to grab someone get like a Diego Simeone, someone like Ten Hag, someone like I'm not sure about Pochettino. I'm not sure on him. I'm not sure. Do you know what I mean? But I would definitely get the world-class players to manage Newcastle United because that is what we need. But at the minute, I'm happy, Eddie. It's going to take time, and then we saw what happens in the summer.
Like at the minute where you guys are, like, just picture when Man City had Mark Hughes, and remember they signed Robinho and stuff like that. They signed. That's where you guys are at the minute. With Eddie Howe. There'll be only a sort of a few like I think they'll be very harsh on them. I think the owners. If they're spending all this big money, they'll want a trophy within the next year or two. And like you says, if it's the FA Cup or even the Carabao Cup, he will have to come up with the goods.
That's fair enough. And we're going to see what happens, sort of thing. Like, we are going to keep the start of the season. I definitely think of that. We're definitely going to do something about it. Like, stay up, we'll be fine. And we are still in a position where Steve Bruce or Respond could get promoted. We get relegated. Oh, that's not the case. Yeah. John, those who called you red, remind them Toon fans first. We played in red and white before black and white. Yeah, that's true. And Tony Scott said would be challenging for a league under Conte, and I think he's right there. You mentioned that. Apparently, Jack Noble with 100 million free cash has cut his too, and also never ever thought about him. On me, and let's look at this one. And they meant to say Grealish. Is Big John ever going to make up a mod again? I mean, hope so, man. Hope so. Yeah, but I'll check it out. That's for someone else. Pick for batters, all tricks, giving away penalties. I see. And you play 2-6. Arsenal, we've got one from Foxy from Colombia. Also be great for our feeder club, Sakan Smith. Perfect step for Newcastle in 2-3 years' time. I think that would be so amazing if that happens, man. And the Newcastle win the league in 5 years, everyone will be saying they brought a title. That's exactly what every club does in buying players. That's true. And only league Newcastle win is the championship. Oh, that's not the case. Agree, mate. And that's from Tony. Man, doesn't guarantee success. That's true. And who in the Premier League before CDs. Fantastic. Give it 5 more minutes as well. Where do you think Arsenal finish at the end of the season?
I'd go. I'm going to go 7th, 6th. In or around there. We finished the last 2 seasons in 8th. So where's progress? Is it 7th? Is it 6th? Not for me, it's I can see us losing and drawing a lot of games coming up to the end of the season because of the fact that, like, the Nottingham Forest game, as I said, we had nothing up front. We don't we don't have a threat. Teams will not feel, Lacazette's up front. Well, he's been playing the last 10 games up front. without arrest, you know. So yeah, I think probably about 6th, 7th, I'd say.
Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. We'll see about that. I hope we stay up this season. And just going to ask about Newcastle's as well quickly. You made no mistake with about a title. The Saudis don't F about. The only question is how long it could take. A good few years. Only talk about winning the mod. That's from Matty Smith. If my team managed to finish the European spot, then I have done well. We're only 2 inches away from 10th to 12th. And we were lucky today, by the way, against Kidderminster. And life is 80 million on Pepe, then you definitely don't guarantee success. That's from Matthew. So before I let you go, what about Newcastle's chances of staying up the season? Do you think you'll stay up the season, or do you think you're okay?
Yeah, look, there's not, for me, relegation shouldn't be in your thoughts at all. I think you guys are. It was a good transfer window for you guys. Trippier was a great sign. Your man Dan Bourne, good player, and like as it says, Bruno. I like, look, he could flop in the Premier League. We don't know, but he looks good. You know, he might, if he gets 5, 6, 7 goals towards the end of the season and a few assists, that's a great buy for me. You know, I think you are definitely safe. I think a big sort of indication will be after the Villa game. You're playing them in a game or two.
We are.
Villa are a good team. You know, Stevie Gerrard has them playing well. Coutinho is going to be hard for you. But if you get a result out of the Villa game, you boys are on the. It's red panty night. You know what I mean? It's you're doing well. You know.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, time will tell. You know, I always sort of give Arsenal, let's say, target in my own head, like 1 or 2 games. How they do? You should be getting 9 points out of the 3 games, and they only get 1. Exactly. That's Arsenal for you.
Exactly. That's also for you. This question, though, for the Arsenal fan: how do you feel about year after year letting your big money signings leave for next to nout?
It's so frustrating, Foxy. That's the thing. And as we were saying there, it's you know, not just Aubameyang. It's Ozil. It's like, you know, William paid his fucking contract here. I'm out of here. This manager's a bleeding lunatic. He's a dictator. Get me out of this club. He ripped up his contract. He was on like about 300 grand a week, and he ripped his contract up with another 2 years left. He wanted out.
Yeah, fair play to him. I mean, end of the day, money doesn't mean anything. So, I mean, you got the money. You think, you know what? I'm not going to fleece the club. I'm going to rip up my contract. There you go. There you go. And then he walked away. But he's playing in Corinthians now, isn't he? I believe. So, yeah. And it is what it is. So, and we've got to see, I'm missing a lot of comments, by the way. I apologize for that. Bruno scored 5 or 6 scores. He's not that type of player. And let's go for this as well. Villa should beat us. Their squad is still levels above ours. That's a Matthew. And as soon as I'm playing with you, sign new contracts, tell him before you leave. So now that's very true. That is so true.
You know what our board said there, just on that comment there. Yeah. They said that if a player goes into the last 2 years of his contract, we're getting rid of him. That was complete bullshit. Because Aubameyang, we've Eddie Nketiah now in the last few months, Lacazette in his last few months, Kolasinac as well. He was in his last few months. We've so many players actually leaving, running down their contract at the minute. So, like, you know, it's just a disgrace. And I 100% agree with that comment.
The thing is, as well, I mean, people are taking the ultimate mick. They're trying to say, right, you know what? I'm just going to, I'm going to say, right, I'm going to see me contract yourself and walk on the free. No, don't. Get him out of the club. You have to get this guy out of the club right now, because if you don't.
What fans should realise is the players are not the star. The star of the club is the club. It's the club that should be like, you know, no, hold on, mate. You either sign this or you're out the door. You're not playing for Arsenal. You're not playing for Newcastle. Newcastle's the star. Arsenal's the star. You know what I mean? I'm annoyed with these prima donnas that think they're such good players and they can run their contracts down. But Wenger said it years ago. He says it's going to be a trend now that you'll get more and more of these players running their contracts down because their agents are fucking lethal and they love the signing on fee, you know, and that's the way football's gone.
Do they just? I totally agree, 100%. I think Matthew wants to become a member, so if I could be wrong. Matthew, if you just go onto you page, type in John Sinclair NUFC, right? That come up, then click on my name, John Sinclair, next to the picture. Click on that, and then click on the join button and pick 99p. So do that, and then you can become a member, mate. So I'll give you 5 minutes or so to do that sort of thing. So, and that's not it. Just like when that isn't Ronaldinho, we have been waiting for him winning position many times. He proves to cover the back line. That's all you need to do, mate. Just go in, click on my name, right? And then click on join, Matthew. And then click on 99p. And that becomes your member, mate. So, and how's Willock doing? How do you think Willock's doing? I mean, he's had a poor season so far for me.
Yeah, he hasn't lived up to the life of the loan that he done in last season. He was excellent, but he was never going to keep up that tempo. Let's say that he was going to score in nearly every game. He broke a record for you guys, didn't he?
Absolutely. I mean, he's played for an Arsenal contract, by the way.
Yeah,
he's played for an Arsenal contract, and that's what he did. That's what he does. You know what I mean? But scored 8 goals, and then he has scored now this season, which is a shame because he's a talented lad. I like him, but he hasn't really done it. He hasn't really done it. And the things over the years, Arsenal only have made money on Robbie and Willock. Go through all the big signings and they leave a out. And just go for that as well. So many comments as well. Do pass on a lot read them. Second half against Leeds was Willock's best performance since last season. I agree. And a couple more comments. So John, comment after the stream about being a member. As I'm on mobile, so there's no join button. No problem, mate. Just sort it out. If you sort it out, that'd be fantastic, sort of thing. So it could be worse. You could have Messi and Ronaldo in your team on 905 with the K a week. Wow. A combined weight. A combined weight. Wow. Unbelievable, man. Unbelievable. Listen, I've got to wrap up there, mate, because you've been for an hour and a half nearly, sort of thing. And yeah, so before I let you go, I mean, did you enjoy coming on?
Yeah, John, look, thanks a million for having me on. And look, if anyone likes listening to an Irish fella talking shite, just write that into YouTube and you'll get me. And I'd appreciate if you subscribe and like a few videos. And look, John, as it says, thanks a million for having me. And we'll definitely do it again if you're up for it.
Fantastic stuff. Fantastic stuff. And before I go, people, if you do like the video, please hit the like button. Also subscribe if you're new, so it builds up my community as well, which I think it'd be perfect. I've got just over 2,000 subscribers now, and thank you very much for all you followers as well for making it happen. And also, if you'd like to become a member, please hit the join button as well. And then if you'd like to donate as well, you can donate what you want as well. So all proceeds sort of thing goes towards the charity as well. So I'm going to work out as well. I'm working on it. And listen, at the end of the day, one thing I'm going to say, I'm going to make sure that it goes to a charity sort of thing. And I think it's the best way to go. And just a few more comments quickly for wrap up. Thanks a lot for Tony. And Delboy knows. Does Delboy knows Dublin Dave?
I've been called worse.
He's a great guy. He's really a great guy. I like him to pieces, by the way. What's your thoughts on Pablo Mari? He was defender of the year in Brazil with Ringo, but hasn't seemed to work for him in England.
Yeah, well, see, this is the thing. Like, you know, I liked him when he was there, but he was last year. He was only a stopgap, you know, and it was only a loan, and I was there, right, fair enough. But then they ended up signing him, and just like, why? The Premiership doesn't suit him, and it's like as a few of the comments were there saying, just because you buy these players for big money or whatever doesn't mean they're going to hit the ground running.
That is it. That is it. I have to agree. But all it is, I just missed one. Come on here. Come on, Dale. Basper, why not set it? He's fantastic. I do miss your comment, by the way. Do us up. And thanks for that as well. Thanks to Sheila. That Panapon's here. Yeah. And I'm not calling you Dublin Dave, mate. He's Newcastle fan from Dublin. Just wondered if you knew him, and he does, technically. So, listen, thanks for coming on, mate. And it's been a fantastic blast for an hour and a half. And it's been absolutely brilliant as well. Got Richard as well. Hi to Richard as well. Great channel as well. He's got. Do check him out as well.
Yeah, Richard.
And I should be back tomorrow about 4 o'clock, something like that. And I will do one with David Craig. and he's going to do a song as well. So that'd be interesting. So
I'll have to watch that.
you got it, man. You got it. I think he's a good singer, by the way. But thanks for coming on, mate. And let's hope your team does bits second half of the season. And just have this one 200 likes on the stream, please, guys. I would love that as well. But thanks for coming on, mate. And watch what you're doing.
Arteta out.
Take care.